it. I'm really excited to talk today about our checklist with it. If you had food noise issues, tell me down in the comments below. I'm going to do a poll real fast. Have you had food noise? I'm going to post it right here. Have you had food noise on GLP-1? Tell me in the comments, or you can use this. I'm going to post it right here. Let's post our poll. There's our poll. There, we just put it right there. Have you had food noise on GLP-1? I have. I thought for sure, erroneously, that, ooh, we got an eye booger. Oh my gosh, that is like a ferocious one. I just had lunch. I think it's from my chicken. I had chicken for lunch. Oh wait, I see you guys. A ton of you guys are doing the poll. I want to know what state you're tuning in from our live. I see we've got a lot of Chicago folks. I'm here in rural Virginia. Let's dive in. We're going to first do some education, and then we're going to have our deep dive with our bestie chat. Okay. First up, okay, for our checklist for food noise of what's worked well for me, not any sort of never medical advice, simply my experience, strength, and hope. Literally from somebody, like, I'm having ZEPBOUND fatigue right now. That's why I'm laying in a tiny house bed right now. I am tired. I'm tired. And so I'm sharing that because if you're having ZEPBOUND fatigue, that can contribute to food noise. If you are tired and finding yourself frequently tired, for me, that very much can lead to food noise. And that's number one, is along that line is decision fatigue. The mental payload of figuring out, what should I eat? What should I eat? What should I eat? I'm too full. I'm too hungry, of like the balancing out on by day 5 is half life. On day 5, day 6, day 7, that my eating, it can't be consistent typically for me because it varies so much. And so I really want to share with you, if you're having that decision fatigue, use ChatGPT or Gemini to help you come up with meal plans. I have a ton of content on food specifically because, hello, like for me, that's one of my biggest pain points is decision fatigue. And if you're tired every day of like, what am I gonna eat? What am I gonna eat? And you don't have necessarily a plan figured out, I really want to encourage you just this week to maybe have an outline plan. You can make free meal plans on Gemini. I work with a dietitian. I love working, it's with Nourish. You can use my link on that and my discount link on that. You can get it through your insurance really, really easily with my discount link. And I'll put that at the end of this video in the description. So if you're on the live right now, you can come back and I'll be in the description on the replay of this video. But she helps me with food ideas, but literally AI can be your best friend with figuring out specifically for you of what your meal plan should be. Checklist number 2 for food noise fatigue, thank you very much, is, I don't like this one. In fact, I want to kick it in the teeth, but it's a 15-minute pause. Is that if you're having like that dopamine hit from food, I don't get that anymore. As somebody, does anybody have those? As somebody who weighed over 300 pounds, y'all, I love the dopamine hit. I just don't, I don't get that anymore. I don't get that anymore. And so providing a pause and realizing that there's not going to be the dopamine hit. Am I truly hungry? Can I have an apple? And that in our house is a question we ask often. If it's, for me, it helps discern food noise. Am I hungry? Go eat an apple because it's fiber rich. It fills you up typically. It's got a good crunch. And if it's a little mushy, that's okay. No, not really. I don't like mushy apples. But if I can eat an apple, I'm hungry. If I don't want to eat an apple, that's food noise. And that for me, of like discerning that, it gives me a 15-minute pause and then go eat an apple. If I've eaten, typically for me, and tell me in the comments, if you have food noise, when does yours frequently happen? For me, it's at nighttime. And I've been on the highest dose of ZEPBOUND for a while now, 2 years. And I've been on GLP-1 for 3 years, losing 113 pounds, if you don't know my story. Lost 113 pounds. And so I did have food noise come back strongly when I dropped down dose to 11.125 milligrams on the Tirzepatide compound. And so for me, having that drop down was part of that. And that's one, number 3 for your checklist of, do you need to go up on doses? If you're able to go up on dose, talking to your healthcare provider about maybe going on a higher dose, that it may just be, that for me is one of the telltale signs of when I would go up on a dose. I love it. Lori Allen says a carrot is hers. I love it. Aging Gracefully says pears is hers. I love that. I love that everybody kind of has their things. Angie says, I had apples for dessert. Yes. Okay. Let me go back over. Hi, Megan. How are you? Beautiful. Nicole says maintenance is so hard. It is hard. And I want to validate that there's so many people walking through. I've been in maintenance as well. I'm in maintenance. It can be super, super challenging, but we can also, besties, make it fun, exciting, and easy. And I do think that there's some tricks and hacks to do collectively that work really, really well to make maintenance a better journey. If you're just tuning in, curious about the poll of do you have food noise on your GLP-1 journey? So number 2 is 15-minute pause. Number 3, that one I want to kick in the teeth though. I don't like waiting for anything. I'm very impulsive. It's one of my best and worst qualities, which is why I don't like waiting 15 minutes. I'm like, no, I don't want to wait 15 minutes. I actually don't want to do that. Number 3 is protein pacing. Are you protein pacing throughout the day for yourself? For me, am I having 30 to 40 grams of protein at every meal? Because protein is triggering that natural release of GLP-1 hormones in our gut, and it's helping to make medication work better. So are you naturally protein pacing with it? For me, very much so. I just had lunch. I had, by the way, did we talk about this, besties? The good food wraps from Costco. If you have good food, the brand good, I'm not sponsored by them, but I love their stuff. They're so good. I just had them 160 calories for one roll up, 16 or 15 grams of protein. It was so good. I had 2.5 of them. It was so good. Let's see here. Mandy, you mean me in Nebraska, or are you talking to another bestie? Wait, who's Mandy talking to? Who you talking to, girl? I'm dying to know. I got back from Vegas. I was in Vegas. Oh, me. No, me? No. Oh, you're talking to Oh, okay. Yeah, not me. So that's number 3 was protein pacing. Checklist. Number 4, fiber bridge. Let's make a bridge, bestie. You guys know our power duo, protein and fiber. It makes the magic happen. My dietitian has been really like pounding that into me, and it's been so helpful. But beans, oats, supplements like psyllium husk help slow down the gastric emptying even further, and it keeps the fullness signals, those brain signals, which is the food noise, brain signals, going long after you finish eating. So if you're having food noise, I don't like this one as much. I don't like food noise in general. So this was a hard episode, like just full authenticity. Food noise is hard for me because I don't feel like when I had it on the lower dose, it was really hard. I was pulling every trick out of my bag, all of these, and working with a trained professional, with a dietitian, until I was like, and that for me was like and then now that I'm on brand name, do I have food noise issues? No. Like we were in Vegas, by the way, besties who were at the Vegas meet and greet meetup. It was so awesome. Shannon, Joanne, it was so awesome seeing you guys. Oh my God, bestie. Why am I spacing? Bestie, why am I spacing on your name? It's driving me nuts. Your husband, Brad, we were just talking about, I was telling my husband about the game, about the Super Bowl. You come to me, we're just literally sitting next to you. I feel like the biggest idiot. I'm on live right now and I can't take it back. Well, I'll come back to that in a minute. Please don't get mad at me. I'm sometimes horrible with names. Oh, I love it. Mandy says we're making friends. Oh, I love it. Make friends. Mandy had the gladiator smoothie. It was really good. Oh, with the peanut butter toast. That was really good from Smoothie King. Dashing, I love Join Fridays. You can use the discount code QUEEN for the Tirzepatide compound. It's where I have worked with them for the last 2 years and love it. One of the best things that I have done on my GLP-1 weight loss is take BIOptimizers Magnesium Breakthrough. Helps with muscle cramps. Well, it helps with not muscle cramps, but it does help me with my leg cramps. But more importantly, it helps with muscle function, helps with sleep, helps to support restful sleep. It has 7 types of magnesium in it. Go to bioptimizers.com/queen, QUEEN. It's linked down below. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend. It's amazing. The Vegas meetup was so fun. It was Joanne, and Pamela and Shannon. Pamela, please forgive me. I don't know why I just had a space moment. I was literally envisioning your beautiful face, and sorry, I spaced out, Pamela. Maybe it was my chicken roll-ups. Bioptimizers were helpful. Yeah, Jackson says, food noise is so annoying. I'm like not wanting to eat. I'm just needing to eat. I know. Food noise, it's so frustrating. It can get so frustrating. For me, I'm doing all of the right things. I'm ticking all the boxes, and then it pops up like whack-a-mole, and it makes me nuts. But truly, being on the right dose for me really does make a big difference. Big difference. And so next checklist hack. We talked about fiber. We talked about protein pacing. Next is naked carbs. It's naked. Naked carbs. My dietitian has talked a lot about this with me, about if I'm having something, not having a carbohydrate by itself. If I'm having an apple, to have some almond butter or peanut butter with it. If I'm having a cracker, having it with some cheese, pairing carbs with some sort of protein, because it helps diminish the blood sugar spike from it, basically. And then that can help with intrusive food thoughts. Am I the best at that yet? Not quite. I'm working on it though. That for me has been one of the things I'm actively working on, is pairing. If I'm going to have a carb, like for example, I'm going to have, I love cheddar popcorn, obsessed, because you can have 2.5 cups for very low calories and it tastes delicious. Smart Pop right now is like my favorite. And I'll have that with a protein shake. Again, pairing, if I'm going to have the carbs, it's got to be not naked. So I've got to put some clothes on it with some protein. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Charlene. How are you? Agent Gracefully says, I love my magnesium and I use your code. High five, bestie. High five. They're having bundle sets right now too. They're going on until I think Valentine's Day. So take advantage of you can stack my code on those bundle sets too for the extra savings with BIOptimizers as well. Stacy, what's up? Hi, Chris. How are you? Jumping in. Congratulations on 5 milligrams of Manjaro, Chris. Super happy for you. Hi, Stacy. How are you, beautiful? Hope you're having a great day. Welcome. Okay, Shay saying, trying to divide meals into 125 grams of protein into 3 meals. So they strive for 40 grams of protein per meal, and it doesn't stress you out. Shay, I love that you know that about yourself. And I think that's one of the biggest things, is how do we do this for ourselves that makes the best sense? And so I love that you know that. So big high five for you, bestie. You get an extra gold star sticker. Okay, next tip for our fiber tip, not fiber tip, our food noise tip is mindfulness. This is another one I'm not the best at, y'all. I'm trying so hard. I'm not the best at it. But it's high cortisol stress can make food noise louder. And so it's called box breathing, where you inhale for 4, you hold for 4, and you exhale for 4, and you hold for 4. It does help lower stress. My first dietitian I went to at Nourish had me do box breathing. It does help. I am one of those people that I'm like, am I doing it right? I'm one of those people in general of like, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? And so that kind of defeated the purpose of the breathing. But I do think being mindful, pausing, taking deep breaths, recognizing if I'm stressed, because stress does play into that cortisol level. And then that can also play into food noise. And so really important to be cognizant of that. Are you in a stressful season? How can you mitigate your stress? That's me right now. I'm like, how can I mitigate my stress? Thank you, Amy. Amy, I'm sending you so much love. I need to email you back, Amy, by the way. I'm sending you so much love. The Count and I had a long conversation about your dog. And we were wishing you well and sending you so much love, Amy. Oh, big hugs. I will email you back. Just travel. And I was traveling with my mom too. My mom got to come, which was really, really nice. Okay, JLB is having problems getting in protein. It's impossible to get into 100 grams of protein. Okay, JLB, one of the things for me that, and you've got to do with what feels right for you. For me, I had the same thing. I'm like, I cannot get protein in. Is having a protein shake in a given day an option, or a protein bar? For me, I was like, I want to eat real food. I don't want to have like a protein bar or protein shakes or things like that. I could not hit my protein goals without adding those in. And so I want to encourage you, like, is that an option for you? Is that something that you're already doing? For me, that made the biggest difference in the world, having those. It is hard. It really, really is hard. And you're saying Canada doesn't have the options for protein like the States do. Yeah, like if I just had the option of having chicken all the time, I would not do well. Y'all know my thoughts on chicken. I'm like, ugh. Although if it's wrapped in something, I don't mind. Oh, thanks, Chris. A big, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations on your successes. Farm girl, what's up, sweet pea? Angie, I know, I wish you could have been there too. It was so much. Hey, what's up, sweet friend? So glad you're here. Welcome. Hi, JG. Welcome. So glad you're here as well. We're talking about food noise. If you haven't done the food noise poll, go ahead and do that. We're going through different steps to help us with our food noise. Next one, sleep hygiene. Lack of sleep increases ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone. So, and our decreasing that is leptin. So the fullness, that's the fullness hormone. If you're tired, the food noise is going to be 10 times louder the next day. Anyone experience that? I definitely have, of where I'm not sleeping well, and that dramatically affects my food noise, which is why I always go back to BIOptimizers, magnesium breakthrough, 7 types of magnesium, helps with restful sleep because of the different types of magnesium in there. I'll link it down below too, but really being mindful of sleep. And I love that sleep hygiene. I think that that's a good way of like, do you have a good sleep routine like a kid? Are you going for sleep? If you're working out, for me, it's one of the best things because I sleep really well that night. So being cognizant of that, of do you need to work out a little bit more, so it not for the workout components, but to help you sleep well. Hi, Glow. Hi, Bestie. How are you? Hi, KSK. I'm so glad you're here. Orlando, welcome, sweet friend. I'm so glad you're here, Orlando. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Orlando is down 13.6 pounds. I am so happy for you. I am going to do, by the way, the sip, sip, and celebrate at the end of this video. The last video, the quality was not the best, and so I do want to celebrate everybody. So I will be doing the sip, sip, and celebrate if I don't forget. If I do forget, I'll do it on Friday's live stream. Hopefully I won't forget. But I love that, Orlando. I'm so happy for you. Orlando, are you in the free encouragement group, countessofshopping.com/group? I think you are, right, Orlando? Make sure you join. It's awesome. There's so many people who are OGs, and we love folks who've fourth shot. Like if you're a newbie, it's a great, loving, kind, amazing resource of awesome people. And it's not on Facebook. People are like, it's not on Facebook. No, it's not on Facebook. It's in my, the Count and I pay for it. It is our gift to the community for free. Have you seen where you can put your behind? Yes. Megan, I think the Quick Pen's coming out soon for what you're talking about. It's coming out very soon. Yes, near me being near my cycle very much affects my food noise too. I literally, when I get ravenous like that, I'm like, oh, let me go look at a calendar. Oh, that's my sleep schedule. That's my cycle schedule. Okay, next tip for our checkpoint, our 7-point checkpoint with food noise audit is opaque containers. I don't want to buy any more containers, but this is a thought. You could buy opaque containers so you don't see foods that trigger you. We just don't keep those in the house. If I want like ice cream, for example, like real ice cream, we'll go out and buy it. If I want a cookie, I'll go out and buy it. I don't keep cookies in my house. We started keeping chips in our house because I use those as dipping vessels with my protein. And I was testing those, if those would make me overeat or not binge eat, because I can't binge eat on GLP-1, but would they be a trigger for me? I don't keep trigger foods in my house, but an option if you do, because you have other people in your house, putting them trigger foods in an opaque container, definitely putting them on a higher cabinet. If it is eye level, you're going to eat it. If it's not eye level, which is why I put the best foods on eye level, like proteins that I should be eating if they're getting near their expiration date, fruit and good proteins, eye level in my kitchen, because that, as a marketer, that for me, like we know at eye level, we're more likely to buy stuff. And so it's really, really helpful. Tammy, hi, Tammy says, I lose more when I get good sleep. Same. If I am not getting good sleep, friend, I do not do well. I'm the same way, Tammy. Hold on 1 second. I got to take the trash out. Hold on. There we go. Hold on, friend. Okay. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. JLB about protein stuff. I get what you mean, sweet friend. I totally get what you mean. Mac says, Mac, I would focus in then on just water. I'm not a healthcare person, so I'm not giving any sort of medical advice. I would ask your healthcare provider too. I'd be like, okay, so what do you recommend? I'm sure they just recommend plain water. So is it plain water, sparkling water? For me, filling up my 40-ounce tumbler, super helpful. Although it's hard here in tiny house to get that in the best way. Sarah, the best way to avoid trigger foods. Orlando, it's not on Facebook, friend. It's not on Facebook intentionally, by design. Yay, goodness. I'm behind in comments, so forgive me. Countessofshopping.com/group. I'll put it in the description at the end of this video, but it's on my website, countessofshopping, my name.com/group. If you just go to the website, also, it will have it there too. Let's see here. Okay, let's go to our next one. Oh, wait, I think those were all of them. We talked about decision fatigue, figuring out what we're going to eat beforehand. So not having to think like, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? That can, for me, can be very triggering for food noise. We talked about opaque containers, not keeping things at eye level that would be triggering, or not even having triggering foods in the house for food noise. Sleep hygiene, box breathing or mindfulness, 15-minute pause, avoiding naked carbs. No nakedness here. If you're going to have a carb, then perhaps having a protein with it. I'm still working on that one. I'm not the best at it. I aspire to be better. It's my goal. Like, I'm working on that with my dietitian. The fiber bridge, and then a protein pacing. Is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's actually 8. Oh, I did extra. We had a bonus. Hi, Abigail. How are you, sweet friend? So let's see here. Wisdom. How are you? Welcome. Glad you're here, sweet friend. There's a lot of us here. You're in the right group. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. You're the best. Okay, so let's go over. How about we do the recognition for the Sip Sip Celebrate? Why don't we do that on? I didn't realize we were 20 minutes in. Why don't we do that on Friday's episode, Friday's live stream? Yeah, hydration, Mandy says, is one amazing for sure, and it's a good way to top it off. I agree. My dietitian has been having me literally in the morning pull out my water jug, because we're having to have, where we are right now is on well water, and we live in a rural area, and so there's a lot of cows, and that can affect the water and make the water not good. So having bottled water is recommended. And so she has me at our house. I said all that because I normally don't drink this much bottled water. Pull out my 2 water jugs at the beginning of the morning, literally, and I put them on the countertop so I can visually see them. And so that way I know how much water to drink. Or if you're filling up your 40-ounce tumbler, what time do you need to do the first refill? And you just know, right? Some sort of system, like with what Mandy was talking about, which is super helpful. Was it Mandy or Angie? No, it was Mandy. What kind of system can you have to make sure you're getting water in? And that for me it's sometimes not at all about food. It's about water. It is just about water. Okay. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Abigail says drinking lots of water, and water is amazing. I know. And I feel like that's one of the easy ones of where it's like, drink your water. But really and truly, I'm like, I didn't drink enough water today. I'm like, it really is that simple. Like sometimes I'm like, I think it's more complicated than it is. And it really is just that simple. The whole right now is 64% of people have had food noise and 36% of people don't. Hi, Danielle. Don't be tardy for the party. Don't be Kim Zolciak here. I'm just kidding. We went through all the 7-point checklist, but it'll be on the replay once the video is done. You can go back and watch if you want the education part. We're just kikiing together right now. Speaking of which, where's my beautiful Kiki? I love you, Kiki, if you watch the replay. Let me see here. I love this. FT says, well, I'm so grateful you're here first and foremost. I am a former Weight Watcher, recovering Weight Watchers person. Where the scale does feel like judgment. How do you reset your mindset? And FT, I literally did work with my therapist on scale reset, like from my mind. Literally, I had my therapist work on that with me. Also now I view it as a tool and not an emotional component. The scale used to dictate my day. And now when I say that out loud, I'm kind of embarrassed about that. I'm like, oh man, like that's depleting me. And I feel like that is dishonoring my family, my son, my husband, and other things that are important, like my spirituality that I believe, like dishonoring that by letting that be my quote idol of how and dictate my mood. Am I going to be happy or am I going to be sad? And so I want to encourage you to challenge those false beliefs. For me, that's what I did, of challenging that, of like, that's actually not true. Like the scale cannot go well on a given day because of a lot of different reasons that are beyond my control. And that's not my business. What my business is do I think that I'm in my calorie deficit on a weight loss journey? Have I eaten my protein goals for the day? Have I done the things that I can control? What's in my control, things I can change and things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so FT, I would really encourage you, to what are the non-scale victories and having other methods of tracking besides just the scale. So the smart tape measure, the one's on my Amazon shopping list, highly recommend. Photos, highly recommend. Photo for me is super, super helpful. And number 3 is clothing. Number 4 is like my hot husband saying something or other people saying comments, but then that's not self-reliant, that's others reliant. I'd rather have my own systems, but having some of those is also super, super helpful. So I don't know if that helps. I know that the group is very helpful on this. So I'm going to throw it out to the group for FT's comment of how do you reset your mindset around judgment related to the scale? Those are some of my tips. I know we're going to get a ton in the comments that are going to be really, really great. Let's see here. Mandy says 16 ounces of water before food. Abigail, I love that you don't have food noise. You lucky gal. Julia, first time here. I'm having a hard time journaling my food, just not motivated. I would say, Julia, then lean into that. Can you, from my experience, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I should have a t-shirt that says, don't want to track my food today. Can you figure out for the next like 3 days what your food is and then just have it already sorted? And that way you don't have to track it. Like just figure it out like 3 or 4 days in advance and be like, okay, I'm in my calorie deficit. Because if you're on weight loss, we do have to be in a calorie deficit. Can you figure it out 3 or 4 days? And ChatGPT can help you, or Gemini AI, to help you figure out your calorie range very quickly and then just follow that list. Is that an option? And then that way you don't have to track anything. And if you eat out, we eat out a lot. If you eat out like Chipotle or Mission Barbecue, you can easily plug into AI like, hey, I'm going to have Chipotle. Here's the bowl I'm going to have, and plug that in. Joanne, I was just singing your praises, beauty. I was saying how much fun I had at Vegas earlier. Pamela, you, me, and Shannon, it was so much fun. Angie says, I would like to request Usher for today's karaoke. No joke, Angie. Okay, so before the whole thing, here's tea. Before Usher got in trouble, this is when I was at Oprah, when I went on Oprah. We were staying at the Beverly Wilshire from Pretty Woman. That's right. Bev, Will. You know, when she writes it on the napkin, Julia Roberts. Anyways, we're at the Beverly Wilshire. We went to go eat and before Oprah, and guess who was there? Angie, it was Usher, and he was sitting many tables away, and he was diagonal, and they had all of the security around him, and he was wearing a green Gucci sweater. And I did not wave hello because he was being very unfriendly. He was in an intense conversation. It was right before his scandal came out. What was that, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? It was right before his scandal came out. So I think he was talking, it was one of his workers, whoever that is. It was a woman, either his lawyer or counsel or PR. Very intense conversation. No one was allowed near him. So there you go. That's my Usher story for the day. Fun fact. I tried to take a picture and then I felt weird doing that. So then I didn't. I wish I did though, Angie, because I'd be like, here you go. Here's Usher. Yay. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I love this. You guys are coming in hot and heavy about the scale too. Danielle says, I use the scale as another tool. It provides me with feedback. Like I like to weigh every day. And this way I can see if I'm experiencing real gain or maybe it's water gain. I do love the reframe also of it's simply a tool. Like it does not have power over my emotions or my mindset or my day. It is but a tool. It's like a drill. A drill is not going to give me feelings or feedback. Well, it's going to give me feedback, but not feelings. Lisa says also motivation of looking at photos. Julia, oh, good. It says journaling my food ahead of time. Julie, that really helps me. When I don't feel like it, I'm like, let me just journal ahead and get it. Because I know when I was in weight loss mode, I had to be in a calorie deficit. So I hope that helps. Also, Danielle says, which I agree with, that for her, the scale helps her see when things are ready to go off the rails. I agree. If it's a continuous uptick, like how I had from the holidays, where it was like, it wasn't dropping. That to me is like, okay, we're in the danger zone. It's past a 5-pound gain. I need to do something about it. Let's see here. Angie, I know, right? Glow says, staying focused on doing all the things and not just one thing of the scale. I love what Glow said. And I agree that it is multiple things, not just one thing. And if we allow it to be the one and only thing, that's giving it way too much power. Carlene, how are you, sweet friend? Oh my gosh, I am so grateful you're here, Carlene. Welcome, bestie. I'm so glad you're here, Carlene. Welcome. Okay, love you, Angie. Have a good time. Lisa! Tammy says that she writes her weight down each day on the calendar and it helps her to see trends rather than focusing on the number. I love what Tammy's saying too, because it's just a data point. You can use it like how Tammy is, if that is literally her data to see the trends, because it's the analytics. And so using it and viewing it that way of it's analytics and not emotional. Blessed, how are you, sweet friend? I'm so glad you're here. We did earlier, by the way, the food noise, like education part. If you want to watch the replay, you are welcome to. It has the 7. I actually did 8. But feel free to fill out the poll. 60% of our community has had food noise. 40% has not. I definitely have. Let's hear. JLB Oh, good for you. Good for you. I'm so happy for you, JLB, with your successes of coming back. That's wonderful. Um, Brenda, my beautiful Brenda, so glad you're here. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Karen, yay. Yeah, Karen says, grateful not to have had the food noise raise its ugly head again. I know, because once it's gone, for me, that was so enlightening. Of not having food noise for years, plural, and then having it come back on compound. I did have it once when I didn't take my shot for 11 days. It definitely did come back. I did not, for me, GLP-1, I am a lifer. I will be on the medication for life because just even the food noise component. I love this. Shay says this may be corny, but before bed, Shay looks in the mirror and says, yesterday me could never compare to today's me, and tomorrow's me, baby, watch out. Shay, I'm obsessed, and I'm totally doing that. I absolutely love that, Shay. I love that so much. FT says, sometimes being a mom and working full-time feels like too much, and the stress stalls my weight. I definitely take your advice and bring my scale failures to therapy. FT, first and foremost, to validate, being a mom and a full-time worker also, as I am as well, is hard. It's hard. And then adding in, if you have a partner, and then adding in watching out for your health, and then adding in trying to have some sort of social life, which I don't really. If I'm doing something socially, it's usually in relation to my kid or it's in relation to my job. That's like the thing I've had to like eliminate, is I don't really have that. But I completely, if you take even that aside, like there's no time like other than doing those things of like job and family life. So I'm giving you a big hug first and foremost. And I also recognize it's for a season. My kid's 10. And so right now he wants to hang out with me, but soon he won't. Or at least that's what people tell me. And that like enjoying this season, because it is but for a season. But it is, to validate, overwhelming and stressful at times, of where I feel like I'm getting pulled in all different directions and I'm not doing a good job. And that can feel not great, but that's not helping me on my weight loss journey. You know what I mean? And so doing what you can and releasing what you can't. Jennifer, Monjaro 15 milligrams, stopped losing weight and have noticed more food noise and hunger. I'm having to watch what I put in my mouth. Jennifer, you and me both, friend. Literally being on the highest dose. Now, Jennifer, if Retta comes out, if and when, will more than likely at the end of the year, would you go on it? Do you think that you need a higher dose? Mandy says, I love that, Shay. I know, I love what Shay said. Isn't that great? Susie, how are you, beautiful Susie? It's nice to see you, sweet friend. Oh, big hugs for the neurologist appointment. Karen says, food noise is my biggest fear. I know, same. That's why I'm like, I don't want to get off this medication. I know that it would come back in full force. Hi, Vicky. How are you? Oh, Lauren, I'm so grateful, sweet friend. That makes me so, so happy. By the way, I stink at comments, friends. Don't get mad at me if I miss your comment or I don't read it. It's not you, it's me. I'm trying to get better at it. Tammy, love you so much. Leslie, how are you? Leslie says, I never knew what food noise was until it stopped. Isn't that so interesting? Same. I was like, I didn't realize how profound it was for me until I stopped having food noise. And then I was like, normal people, normal's a dishwasher setting, but normal people don't have this. They have no idea what it is battling over and over and over and over on an hourly and daily basis. And then when it goes away, to be like, I am a powerhouse. I can like slay this. Sonia, hi, sweet friend. Is that Sonia from high school, Sonia? Is that high school, Sonia? That makes my heart so happy. Either way, Sonia, I love you so much. I feel like I've asked you this before because you have the same name as someone I went to high school with, who I love to pieces. Let's see here. Diane says, did you notice the difference in appetite taking your shot in the morning or evening? I, at the beginning, very much did. It was one of my old videos. You can go back in the archives from like 3 years ago. I talk about that. And even like 2.5 years in, now it makes no difference for me. I'll cook in the morning. I'll cook in the evening. I'll take it whenever. But Diane, I used to take it in the evening to prevent side effects. Then I moved it to take it in the morning so I would have side effects, if that makes any sense. It made it me more full in the morning. Some people say it doesn't matter at all, though. Now at this point, it does not matter a heck of beans when I take my shot. But on the beginning, it would. And if I wanted to prevent from me my side effects, I'd take it around 2 or 3 o'clock. But then that just stopped working for me and it didn't matter. Yay, Michelle, I'm super happy for you. Welcome to the medication too. So glad you're here. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Lynn says, hope your renovations are going well. Lynn, we have The painter, there's a ton of people at our house today. The painter's there. The tile guy finished. It looks beautiful. Our cabinets are in, and soon the quartz is going to get laid down. Is that how you say it? Put down the quartz on the countertops. It looks really, really nice. Virginia says, what was the name of the high protein wraps from Costco? Let me show you. Our house is a disaster, so don't judge me. But let me just pull them out of the refrigerator for you. I'll show you. They're good food. They're inexpensive. It was one of the best things Virginia and I bought. We'll go on a little tour here. And I just put them in the air fryer. You can eat them not in the air fryer, but I would because it makes them crispy. These. And they're 160 calories, 11 grams of protein. I said 16 or 15. It's 11. And I put in it a little bit of blue cheese dressing and blue cheese crumbles, and it was really, really good. So Lynn, no, that wasn't Lynn. That was Virginia. Highly recommend. My kid likes them too. They taste like taquitos. But I didn't have with that fiber. So I'm going to have, and I should have eaten with it, vegetables. I was not doing my fiber bridge. Okay. Lorianne, that the quieting of the food noise helped level food. I know, right? It really does of like, oh, okay, now that I don't have this, I can really focus in on the food. Danielle, have you tried the crepini? No, where do I get crepini protein pancakes? They have more flavor than, they look like Trader Joe's. Danielle, I haven't tried the crepini ones. I'll look on my Instacart app where the crepini protein pancakes are. Danielle, I got the Aldi protein French toast. It blew my mind. It's 330 calories for 30 sticks. I forget how many grams of protein, and 330 calories for me is a lot relatively for 4 sticks. It was so good. My friend, if you have an Aldi, those French toast, oh, they were delicious. Max says, let me get back over. When you had food noise on compound, was it due to the fact it was a compound? Great question. No, it was the dose. The compound itself, I loved, I trusted, I felt like that was great. It was a dosing issue. I felt like if I had been on the compound at 15 milligrams MAC, I wouldn't have had with the issues that I had. Sorry, I'm having like dry lips. So I hope that helps, MAC. Oh, it's Sonia. Okay, well, Sonia, I'm going to ask you every single time because I went to high school with another Sonia just like you. And she's amazing. Like, I love her so much. I was just talking to her actually on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, Jennifer says, definitely need the higher dose. Yeah. And then it's like you said, Jennifer, then for me, I would eat the wrong foods. It would be nighttime. And instead of being like, okay, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have like candy or ice cream, and I don't have that in my house, but like if my kid has stuff or things like that, like I'd figure out how. It was complete mind effery. And now I just don't have that at all. Oh no, Danielle says that your Aldi didn't have them. Ooh. Yeah, I agree, Danielle. I agree. The Aldi, Mandy, the Aldi French toast, it blew my mind. I put it in the toaster oven, make it crispy, don't microwave it. It would be too mushy. The crisp factor with the oh my gosh, it was so good. And then I bought just like Premier Protein pancakes, and so I've been having those too, just here and there, and that's been nice. Are you worried about the FDA going to take away compounding? Tammy, the Count and I were just talking about compounding with the new lawsuits that are literally happening right now with the FDA. We have lots of thoughts on that. And I'm researching it before I go into my full thoughts. But for sure, it's a red flag for me. For sure. I'm like, but you know, things I can change, things I can't, wisdom to know the difference. I wish I had control over the FDA, but I don't. And the court system, but I don't. So for now, I'll have more thoughts on it. There'll be a video coming out about it. Right now, we've literally been like in between breaks educating ourselves on it. We'll see. The one thing though, this has been happening for the last, 2.5, 3 years of where these lawsuits threaten the GLP-1 community over and over. I've seen this so many times and then it doesn't come to fruition. So let's get more information too. I'm focused in on that and also actively not trying to make a judgment on it. Crepini, you get 3 packs for 110 calories and 13 grams of protein. Oh my gosh. Danielle, I'm going to go look those up. That sounds amazing. Those are great macros. Yeah, Tammy, I agree. Fingers crossed for everybody. And I've been missing out all this time. Jennifer says that the Clean Simple Eats protein is delicious. Isn't it so good? I love it too. Okay, my besties, make sure you run to bioptimizers.com/queen, QUEN, stock up on their bundle savings. They've got a bundle set going on. I think it's going on until tomorrow. So if you want to get the bundle sets, particularly for their probiotic breakthrough, masszymes, their digestive enzymes, not just their magnesium breakthrough, I've linked it down below and also in the description. Jennifer, I am so glad that you love Clean Simple Eats. Their stuff is really good too. My sweet friends, our emoji of the day today is going to be a pancake. And if you can't find a pancake, a circle will suffice. That's just for you, Danielle. Now I'm going to go eat some pancakes for dinner, protein pancakes for dinner. Okay, my friends, I got to put some moisturizer on. Joanne, Vegas dried my face out. It was so dry. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to put some moisturizer on. I can see it in the video. I'm like, I'm very dry. Oh, Jennifer says, is there a difference between the masszymes, the enzymes, and probiotics? Yes. Yes. Let me do an updated, I'll post later on about that. Let me go into more depth about that. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Okay, sweet friends. If you missed the beginning part of the education, come back. This will get up. It takes a minute for the live streams to upload, more than a minute. It takes hours, actually. So if you don't see the video, you have the link. So grab the link real fast before I sign off on the video. Grab the link, and then you can watch the first part of it. And it will fix the description too. So for everything I mentioned will be in the description as well. My beautiful friends, our emoji of the day is pancakes. I love seeing all the pancakes coming through. I love you guys so super much. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessing because life is delicious. And if you didn't fill out that poll, I wonder if it'll be on the replay. I'll see. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Or actually, I'll see you guys later today. There's a video getting released later on this evening. Have a great day. 6 o'clock Eastern. Bye, guys. Bye, friends. Love you. Love you guys.